Closed captioning for great tastes is presented by Manitoba Pork, proudly providing Manitobans with an affordable, healthy protein. Manitoba Liquor Mart presents Great Tastes of Manitoba. Great Tastes is brought to you by GreatTastesMB.ca. Local farms, local foods. Great Tastes is sponsored by the Government of Canada and Manitoba Agriculture through the Canadian Agricultural Partnership. Hey, welcome to Great Tastes of Manitoba. My name is Des Daniels, and we are here tonight with Susan Riese, Manitoba Pork, Aaron Alblas, Manitoba Liquor Marts. So berrylicious with Manitoba Pork. So many amazing berries that grow not only here in Manitoba, but right across the country. And we're going to be playing with that tonight. Right. Susan, walk us through our recipes. What are we making tonight?
Sure. Well, as you alluded to, pork pairs perfectly with all kinds of fruit, including vitamin-rich berries. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to start with a garlic and rosemary infused pork tenderloin. We're going to pair that with some sweet, syrupy balsamic strawberry sauce.
Hello.
And then for a second recipe, we're going to do a coffee-crusted pork loin with cranberry marmalade. A really nice bark on that roast and a tangy marmalade to go with it. And then we'll end with thyme-grilled pork chops and a royal blueberry barbecue sauce.
Wow, you never failed to impress with your recipes. So what are you thinking? Are you thinking, to sort of complement or sort of contrast? That? Yeah.
Yeah, so we're going to match the flavors that Susan has going on. Kind of aromatic, delicate in the first recipe, so we're going to be using a gin. We'll have beer for the second one. The roasted malt will match with coffee. And then as well in the last one, we're going to do whiskey. And I'm going to try and sneak fruit in all three of those too.
We like all of those things. Right. Okay, we'll see in a bit, Aaron. All right, awesome. Here we go. So number one, we're doing a garlic and rosemary tenderloin with balsamic strawberry sauce. Do I have that right?
Right.
First of all, how do you expect me to not eat those berries right off the bat?
They're gorgeous.
Beautiful they are.
We had the good fortune of actually taping this in July, so we have you pick berries, so they're going to be nice and sweet.
The fresh.
Right. But we're going to start with our tenderloin. So nice lean pork tenderloin, the leanest cut of pork. We've said that many times on this show.
Does it have to be tenderloin, or this is just kind of the thing that works?
You know, this is going to work great with the recipe that we're making.
Awesome.
So really easy and quick too, and tasty. There's always going to be a little bit of silver skin on the tenderloin. It's that shimmery kind of connective tissue. You see it on other red meats too, like beef tenderloin and lamb as well. And that's going to, you want to take that off.
Okay.
So there's just a little bit left on here. So I'm just going to lift that and just slice that off, trying not to take too much of the delicious meat with it. If you want to see how to do this really easily in a few different steps, you can go to MB Pork Fan. It's our YouTube channel. We've got a great how-to video on there for silvering pork tenderloin.
Yeah, great stuff on there. Okay.
Yes, so we've got our pork tenderloin all cleaned up. We're going to now rub it with our garlic and rosemary. There's a little bit of salt and pepper in here too.
Okay, that was my next question. What's all in there? What's all in there?
Yeah,
okay.
So we've pressed the garlic to get a little bit of that juice in there. Makes a nice kind of a paste with the fresh rosemary and then just a bit of salt and pepper. So very easy ingredients. So we're just going to rub that all over this tenderloin.
And you've got your gloves on. You don't necessarily need to have your gloves on.
No, I'm just
this is sort of like my favorite part, right? Is
avoid the step of washing my hands here, gloves are not the best substitute for that.
Tactile experience.
Yes.
Okay, and so we're going to tuck into these berries here in just a second. That smells amazing already. Right. And balsamic is one of those. It's one of those things that sometimes you put in a recipe and you put it with different things that are sort of surprising. And I would argue that like strawberries, balsamic, that's kind of an interesting combination. Can't wait to try this.
So the next thing we're going to do after we've rubbed our tenderloin is we're going to sear it.
Okay.
So we're just going to brown the different sides of it. You want to be careful not to burn the garlic. That's the only thing. Garlic turns bitter if you do end up burning it. So we're just going to sear it for a couple minutes on each side. Make sure you get all the sides. And then we're going to finish it off in the oven after. So I'm going to get you to keep an eye on that.
Okay.
In the meantime, we're going to finish our sauce. So what we have here is a mixture of fresh strawberries.
Yes.
And a little bit of balsamic vinegar and a tablespoon of honey.
And that's it?
And that's it. Okay. And we brought that to a boil. And
one of the things we talked about is that because there's pectin in strawberries, that eventually what's going to happen is the sauce is going to kind of thicken up, so it's almost going to have like a jam-like consistency.
Exactly. Yeah. That's what's going to happen next. Is as soon as I start mashing these strawberries, the pectin will start to come out, and as you said, it's a naturally occurring compound in fruits. It's what's going to help if you're making jam or if you're making a sauce like this, it's going to help it thicken.
I know I'm in charge of this. Do you think, though, that I should flip it, or do we need a second yet? Yeah,
I think you should flip it.
Okay. It's so beautiful. I don't want to.
There you go. Yep, go ahead.
Do it.
Woo. There you go. That's perfect.
All right.
Perfect.
Okay.
You're a pro.
Hey, I'm a pro. I'm a pro.
Go figure.
So how long does that take?
So we're gonna cook this for about 5 or 6 minutes, and then we're going to mash the strawberries and then let it simmer a little bit more. And eventually, what's going to happen is the sauce will thicken up, the strawberries will cook down, and you're going to get this beautiful syrupy strawberry sauce.
Which I guess arguably you can eat on many, many other things besides your lovely tenderloin.
You could, and it's going to be served warm as well.
Oh, okay.
So, once that's done, we're going to transfer it over to the parchment-lined baking sheet.
So we're not actually cooking the whole thing in here. We're going to just sear it and then put it in the oven. Okay.
So I would say you're probably pretty safe to do that.
Do it now? Okay.
Yep.
You know what? Maybe I'll just...
We would want to do all sides, but I would say let's get that in the oven.
Okay.
I'll turn that off. And we're going to cook the tenderloin in the oven. We're going to finish it off on 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and it's going to be in there for about 20 to 25 minutes. So now we're going to...
What's under here?
What's under here? We're going to show
shall we
you
reveal?
the finished product.
Ooh.
So this is our tenderloin. If you want to check it with a meat thermometer, you want to pull it at 155 Fahrenheit, then tent it with foil for a couple of minutes, just so those meat juices can redistribute. It's probably the best investment you can make next to, a good set of pans and a sharp knife. And we're going to cut off a piece here. Yeah, you grab your plate. Look at that perfect hint of pink.
Okay. So then you just ladle a little bit of the...
And I'm going to give you a little bit of the sauce to put on there.
So I'm going to try this, and but when we come back, we're actually going to give you the royal treatment here. We're doing a coffee-crusted pork loin with cranberry marmalade here with Manitoba Pork tonight on Great Tastes of Manitoba. Don't go away.
You're watching Great Tastes of Manitoba, brought to you in part by the Government of Canada and Manitoba Agriculture through the Canadian Agricultural Partnership.